special announcement. Ladies and gentlemen, charity begins at home. It's something we've all heard growing up. But in this case, fixing the system began at home. Speaking up and acknowledging is the first step towards addressing the problem. And some of these women have done just that.
Well, to announce this very special award, I'd like to invite CNN News 18's Avantika Singh along with Justice Indu Malhotra back on the stage. Avantika, do come up and break that suspense. What do we have here?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, today we are not only celebrating the spirit of empowerment, but we are recognizing the courage and effort of these few fearless women who are fighting for a gender-balanced workplace, the dignity of women, and the number of other issues that affect women who are working not just in cinema, but at other workplaces as well. Now, these two ladies are among the few women who are leading a revolution for a safe working environment in Mollywood. That's the Malayalam film industry. The Women in Cinema Collective, it's a first of its kind, all-women outfit in the Indian cinema who have been fighting for the establishment of a non-discriminatory, safe workplace in Malayalam cinema since the year 2017. And today we proudly recognize and celebrate the efforts of these two exemplary women, and we applaud their valor, their commitment to making women like me, like Induji, safe while we work. Heartiest congratulations to Padma Priya and Rima, as I call them, on stage. Let's put our hands together and kudos to their relentless pursuit, these tireless warriors who are fighting for the dignity of women. Let's have a huge round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
So we have a very unglamorous long speech, and we're going to take the podium.
Yes, absolutely. All yours. All yours. Please. Okay. We'll wait here, Induji.
We represent quite a few women, so we're going to go long.
Please bear with us. It takes a lot to bring the world to a halt these days. We are all so busy, life easily becomes a blur. But every so often, someone, something, comes along and interrupts that hectic cycle. From the women's suffrage movement in the US in the 1800s and feminism's second wave in the 1970s, to the Women in Cinema Collective in 2017 and the Me Too movement, the words and actions of women have transformed opinions, broken boundaries, and kept choosing to challenge.
It's a great pleasure for us at the Women in Cinema Collective, the WCC, to receive this award today. WCC is Kerala's quest for gender equality, which centuries of communism, education, migration, trade relations, and unions couldn't give. To us, who continue to pioneer gender equality in cinema, this award means the recognition of 8 years of unwavering commitment to doing something and achieving something amongst innumerable obstacles, including losing our jobs. With zero financial and non-financial support, some of the changes we have managed to bring about include changing the narrative of women's issues in cinema from being scandals and controversies to real issues, from victims to survivors, and making gender a concern for the mainstream media.
Making the government commission the Justice Hema Committee report and then putting pressure to release it.
Allocating government funds for female directors.
screening films made and led by women,
organizing and providing mental and legal support to survivors,
creating a pathway for institutionalizing POSH in an unorganized, unregulated film industry through the Kerala High Court and Women's Commission,
conducting studies and creating awareness campaigns, including on cyber harassment, with our colleagues from other film industries in India, including Tamil, Telugu, Kannada, and Hindi.
Post the HEMA committee report's release, working with courts, government, and our colleagues in the Malayalam film industry to bring about progressive changes in film policy and laws at the workplace.
Inspiring an entire generation of women in and outside cinema that equal space and equal opportunities in cinema can be a reality. Case in point, the International Film Festival of Kerala represented close to about 50% of films made and represented by females.
The Kerala state has finally woken to the fact that the majority of their population, the women, deserve respect, and the women have started asking for it unapologetically.
And unfortunately, we are not still too close to being done. We pause today to thank CNN News 18 with all our gratitude for honoring us for the same actions for which we were and are still seen as troublemakers. To give you a better idea of what we mean, post the findings of the HEMA committee report, and as we speak, women in the Malayalam film industry, whether they're producers or makeup artists or hairstylists, continue to be unceremoniously removed from their respective trade unions and workplaces only because they voiced sexual and non-sexual harassment meted out to them.
We are no longer in the Me Too era. Believing women did not really become a standard. Stories of harassment and abuse now receive a cynical and exhausted reception. In an era when information is misinformation and vice versa, when victims are offenders and offenders are victims, the word that comes up again and again is narrative. Abuse seems to be far from anyone's mind. What matters is which side's story is better suited to the politics of our time. We assure you all that at WCC, we are not members of a giant pageant who are here to pit against one another for the pleasure of the public. We stand against the trend of the need to pander to narrative making and will continue screaming and asking for a change until our voice becomes hoarse enough to be mistaken for a man's and people actually start listening and caring. That includes the courts, the government, the media, and our colleagues in cinema, because we are so done with waiting for society to change things for us. We, women in cinema, are voices which have deep thoughts and ideas and beliefs and values about the world, and we have the power to speak through our art and fight back through our activism when we are silenced.
Gender is not a synonym for women. It's a hierarchy carved out of stereotypes that traps humans as men, women, lesbians, gays, and transgender persons. Therefore, gender is not an easy conversation, especially between men and women. And it is where we encounter immediate resistance. Some of the men here might be thinking, and perhaps women too, okay, all of this is interesting, but I don't think like that. And that is part of the problem, that many men don't realize that gender is the problem. It isn't enough to simply talk about equality. We must believe in it. And it is not enough to simply believe in it. One must work at it together, starting now. So, for all of us here, be embarrassed if everyone in your workplace looks like you.
Stop the rhetoric that a woman is crazy or difficult. Make efforts to hire people who have had reputations tarnished in retaliation.
For those in the industry who are in front of us, please give us jobs. Start with what you can control, because changing your workplace and changing the way the world thinks can be daunting. Ask, am I using my voice? When am I not? When am I playing it safe? And why was it that that was the case?
Think about where you hold privilege. Stop laughing at the jokes. Buy the book, go to the event, diversify your social feeds, ask the questions. Sympathy is soothing, but it's action that really matters.
Feminism is common sense.
Thank you so much once again. Our heartiest congratulations and more strength to both of you. We're just so proud of your work. Really.
I just want to add that the acceptance speech was written and presented to all of you by many of the women in Women and Cinema Collective. We are just the voice, 2 women representing us.
And we're immensely proud. Thank you both. Thank you so much.
Congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, a huge round of applause for these relentless, resilient women, and also Justice Malhotra, who is here to hand them the honor. Avantika, thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, the ladies.